Shushtar is located in the northwest of Khuzestan Plain at an altitude of 65 meters above sea level. The eastern and western borders of this county follow the hillsides of the Zagros and Des rivers. The climate of this city, like the other cities in this province, is warm in summer and temperate Mediterranean in the winter. Karun and Des rivers pass through this city. Shushtar has a dense and compact architecture, with narrow alleys, high walls and narrow passageways leading to the main squares of the city. The Shushtar waterfalls, part of the Shushtar Historical Hydraulic System, are considered to be an attractive historical site. They are located alongside a branch of the Gargar River near Sika. Parts of the irrigation system are said to originally date to the time of Darius the Great, an Achaemenian king of Iran. Shushtar is one of the most important agricultural regions, with products such as wheat, corn, beans and cocoa bits. After agriculture, rearing livestock is the second most important occupation in Shushtar. Shushtar people speak in the Shushtari dialect, which is one of the Farsi dialects. However, the Bakhtiari and Arabi dialects are also spoken in this region. Musically, Gushe Shushtari, or Maye Shushtari, is a famous example of a gushe. A gushe is a type of vocal improvisation in Iranian music. Mustafi House. This edifice is related to the late Qajar period. From its garden, the Shartate River and its surroundings can be observed. The walls and ceilings of this house have been decorated by brickwork. Its large Shabistan, which is a nocturnal praying area, has fine and beautiful brick-made pillars. Mustafi House is divided into two sections, Zenana and Biruni, with a view to the Shadowwan Weir Dam and the Shartate River, a branch of the Karun River. The Biruni section contains doorways, corridors and rooms around a vestibule. Zenana section contains a central courtyard, alcove, porch, reception rooms for summer and winter, and wind catchers. The structure's material includes clay, brick and stucco. The main doorway, located on the west side of the complex, reaches the central courtyard through a narrow corridor with two rooms. The central courtyard is square-shaped and covered by rectangular bricks. There is an octagonal pool on the eastern side of the mansion. On this axis there is a pavilion and a rounded pool smaller than the other. The pavilion is decorated with the techniques of Karbandi and Rasmibandi. Beside the eastern side of the mansion there's a wide flat porch. The porch has been built on two octagonal columns, two half columns and three barrel vaults. Some sections near the porch are divided into two stories. On the canopy, the porch encompasses three large wind catchers. The collateral wind catchers are octagonal and the middle one is quadrilateral. The central wind tower ventilates the porch and the others ventilate the subcellar. The northern side of the mansion surrounds a flat area with 1 meter in height and 8 meters in width. It operates as a corridor to link the northwestern and southwestern parts to each other. The flat area is established on 9 rounded brick columns. Jame Mosque of Shushtar. Jame Mosque of Shushtar is located in the west of Shushtar in Khuzestan province and is a remnant of the early Islamic period. Shushtar Central Mosque is considered the oldest central mosque of Iran after Yazd Central Mosque, and it has an age of 1,200 years, from 859. It has various and interesting inscriptions, such as the inscription in which the Yasin verse is carved all round the wall facing Qibla. Or there is an ancient tribune which is the oldest tribune in Iran. Moreover, it has 2 spectacular altars full of interesting patterns. It was constructed by one of the Abbasid caliphates. This old mosque was repaired during the Safavid era. The current structure of the mosque comprises a large nocturnal area, Shabistan, a vast courtyard, and minarets to the east. The nocturnal area has pillars and is covered with a domed ceiling. In the middle of the southern side of the nocturnal area is an adytum, an innermost sanctuary, with plasterworks of Safavid style. On the external doorway to this area, which is adorned with arches and decorative brickworks, there are 2 inscriptions on stone with verses from the Quran. On the eastern side of the mosque is a remnant of a beautiful minaret dating back to the 14th century, which is intricately worked and inscribed with verses. The Shadorvan Bridge. Pole Caesar, Caesar's Bridge, or the Shadorvan Bridge, is a relic of the Sassanid era, Shapur I. Said to be the oldest bridge in the world, it was built 1,600 years ago. Pole-e-Shadorvan, dating from the Sassanid era, holds 44 spans. The founder of the Sassanid Empire used the skill and expertise of Iranian and Roman architecture to build a united dam bridge. Close by the magnificent and fortified bridge, at about 500 metres, with so many spans, there were water mills driven by water energy. Built with the debris of stones, mortars and ashes, the bridge was made to work, using water for farm irrigation. In order to achieve this, the riverbed was covered with carved stones, chiselled stone with metal latches attached. The foundations of the bridge are 7 to 8 metres wide. The dam bridge was the main part of the irrigation network and water distribution system. Shadorvan Bridge was renovated in the Safavid era. One of the conditions that the Emperor of Rome and his soldiers could be set free was the construction of the Shadorvan Bridge, Bande Caesar, and this condition was agreed to by the Emperor. When the construction of the bridge was finished, Shapur released the order to set free the Emperor of Rome and his soldiers, and they returned back to their country. 16 arches of this bridge have remained. Shushtar Salasel Castle. Shushtar Salasel Castle is a huge fortress containing several yards, barracks, stables, bathrooms, shabastans, towers, gardens, an armory, Naghare Khane or timpani house, a harem, a kitchen, large pools, a fence and moat. Salasel Castle has been refurbished over and over, and the ruins, which can be seen now, go back to the Qajar dynasty castle. Unfortunately, all the mansions of this castle have been destroyed, and nothing has remained except underground rooms. Mizan or Shapur Dam. Mizan or Shapur Dam is a relic of the Sassanid era and divides the Karun River into western and eastern sections. This dam is semicircular in shape with 2 diverting arms which divert a part of the Karun water to flow along the eastern region known as the Gurgur River, and the other along the western region of the city known as the Shartait River. These 2 waterways in the south of Shushtar rejoin again in the Bande Quir region to form the Great Karun. This dam is about 520 metres in length. It was repaired during the Qajar period. Thank you for being with us today on this tour of Shushtar. Please do join us again next time as we introduce you to another place in Iran.